What it is, people, happy Tuesday to you, or whatever day it is you are watching this video. Hope you're having a good one. Today we're going to be talking about modders, hackers, and boosters, just the general scum of society. Their hobbies include telling everybody that they vape, using the word swag in what is now 2016, seriously, for God's sakes, it's old, and of course launching personal vendettas against those who beat them in Call of Duty games. Well, there's been some recent developments, I guess you can say, that concern those types of people. A few, I guess you can say, mods and glitches have made their way into Black Ops 3 that are very much, I wouldn't want to say game-breaking, but they definitely have the potential to ruin the game for some players and give a lot of other players a very unfair advantage in terms of stats and other things like that. So, firstly, I want to talk about a game that this probably resonates with you if you've played. If you've ever played Modern Warfare 2, back in, I think it was out in like 2011, 2012, there was a lot of modding and hacking going on. It was almost lawless. There was no repercussions for those that did it. Mainly because Infinity Ward was kind of broken up in pieces. There was a lot of internal strife. The higher-ups all got fired. The people right below them mostly resigned in protest because of it. And as a result, Activision was calling in like the third-string coffee kid over there to try and fix the game and provide technical support. So as a result, there wasn't a lot of bannings, there wasn't a lot of patchings for all these hacks and glitches and nonsense that went around in MW2. But then we see MW3, Sledgehammer's generally on top of their stuff, and Black Ops 2, that Treyarch, they've pretty much been on top of that game up until Black Ops 3 release, in which case now they're devoting more time to Black Ops 3, and we're seeing a lot of those mods and hacks making their way to Black Ops 2. But still, somehow, these sneaky little devils have snuck their way into Black Ops 3, Treyarch's current game. And while Treyarch is definitely going to be on top of these, and I imagine most of these glitches, hacks, and what have you will eventually be patched, and those who are engaging in them will hopefully face the sword of justice. Until then, we're going to have to deal with the scum of society. So first I want to talk about boosters. I'm going to get to the developments that have been made with modding and glitching in a second, but boosters, we all know these people, right? The people that they suck at the game, but they still need that diamond camo for whatever reason. They need it because it validates them as a human being, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it except play the game. So they'll go launch these massive coordinated assaults on lobbies in a desperate attempt to try and get 6 freaking headshots because they can't do it in a normal game. It's just sad. They're evil, evil little people. But mainly for the most part, Treyarch's been almost on top of it with boosting. I haven't personally really encountered anyone that I'd suspect of doing it. I really don't even know how it'd be done in Black Ops 3. I haven't really been looking up glitching videos or anything like that, so perhaps I'm a little bit out of the loop here. But for the most part, it seems as though Treyarch is on top of boosting. And personally, I don't want to say I don't have a problem with it, but to me, I don't feel affected by it that much anyway, right? I mean, your camo isn't the reason why you killed me. Your better skill, or my lack thereof, is the reason why you killed me. And that's mainly how I feel about it. I know I've stressed that opinion in previous videos, but I definitely see why that's a big problem, you know? Because for everyone that illegitimately gains something, it I guess you could say it kind of makes that thing a little less value. It almost inflates it, you know? When everybody has gold, like the entire lobby has golden guns, it's not that cool for that one guy to have it, you know? When someone gets diamond camo, for instance, that's cool because it's so rare, or dark matter camo, it's cool, it's so rare, not a lot of people have it, because it requires just so much time, effort, and skill. But when these boosters get it, they're like, oh yeah, I put in the effort, sure, and everyone's like, wow. But eventually, there's the potential for so many people to get it illegitimately that it just doesn't matter anymore, you know? I mean, back in Advanced Warfare, when there was certain like cosmetic items available that were really, really hard to get with those supply drops, and then eventually they introduced the purchasable advanced supply drops, they became a lot less exotic to most players. It's like, oh, you have these cool optic gaming jetpack or exosuit, right? It's like, oh, that's cool, but you probably just bought your way through it anyway, right? And what happens is people might develop that mentality with camos that people boost for. It's like, oh, that's cool, you got a dark matter camo, but he probably boosted for it anyway, you know? So every time someone boosts, it potentially subjects those who got the things legitimately to false accusations. And I definitely understand the problem with that. And of course, people also boost for XP and that sort of thing, but that's a little bit harder to do and a little less common. But now we're going to talk about the big subject of this video. We are going to talk about the hackers and glitches, right? So recently, from what I see, this is mainly occurring more or less on console version, not so much on Steam. But there have been some recent glitches that basically allow players to dupe their stats. And what this means is one guy will have an account, say he's prestige like 1000 or whatever the fuck, and he will be able to duplicate his stats onto another player's account. And this is a pretty big problem. You can see why. Because say one guy dupes me. Now I'm level 1000. Now I can dupe to another guy, and he can dupe to another guy. It's almost like a pyramid scheme, right? And that's a pretty big problem for obvious reasons. It drastically changes the scale of the game in a sense. Now, like, all those people, like, oh, I'm Prestige 1000, I've got Dark Matter camo. Now you're Prestige 1000, you've got Dark Matter camo, and things like that. But the real problem here is that these people also are selling them, you know? These people are like 40-something years old, can't get a real job, they don't have real skills, so instead they're like, you know what? I got this. I'll make money glitching in Call of Duty. That'll make me successful, right? No, it won't. But a lot of people sell these sort of things. They sell stats increases and things of that sort. And the biggest concern about this is that it's still on a relevant game. We didn't really see this with Black Ops 2 until almost just recently when Treyarch began to lower support for that game. And then people were able to sneak that nonsense in. We saw a little bit of that for Modern Warfare 2, but Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghost, Advanced Warfare, we didn't really have that problem. The most relevant title generally wasn't affected by this nonsense. Eventually, not by this time. I remember Modern Warfare 3 had this Master Prestige glitch that you can do, a Prestige 11 glitch, early on its launch, but eventually I patched and a bunch of people got banned. But this is a little bit later for these glitches to be appearing, and they rather popped up a bit recently. The duplication glitch, obviously. There's also been some posts on Reddit posts on Reddit, not the Reddits. There's been a few posts on Reddit regarding the ability to glitch like zombies items into game. People were able to get the Bowie knife in, things of that sort. All in all, just general douchebaggery has been going on, and well, obviously, Treyarch is going to eventually deliver support, and those people will be brought to the metaphorical justice that they deserve. It's a problem for now. And if you're considering engaging in one of these, like, duping things, typically, if you, like, get into a lobby, and, like, the entire enemy team is Prestige level 1000 with Dark Matter camo, there might be something going on there, and you should suspect that, right? But then again, the other problem here is that all these Prestige 1000s, as I just alluded to, now everyone can kind of be suspected of hacking, because it's so common now. So the poor guy that actually worked his ass off for this, who actually played consistently and earned his stats, now he might be subjected to being accused of hacking, just like I mentioned before with like boosters and that thing. So it's definitely a big problem for the community. It's a problem Treyarch needs to address, and I think it's a big deal because while support's been alright for Black Ops 3, I feel like it's been pretty bad in my opinion, you know? I mean, Treyarch usually is on top of their stuff, and they've been doing what they can. Maybe, I guess. I think they can do a little bit more, though. I mean, just a while back, I made a montage of me getting killed by lag, and things like that. Things that really don't correlate to the play, right? I know that lagging issue that I just mentioned is a pretty big one, apparently. There might be a bug in the netcode or something. I don't know. I don't work from Treyarch, but it feels like they've got, like, Gary from advertising. Feels like they've got Gary from marketing or something, trying to patch all their glitches and stuff. And all in all, I think Treyarch needs to deliver better support to this game. And as I said before, eventually these glitches, these prestige boosters, all these guys, they will be brought to the metaphorical sort of justice once Treyarch gets on top of their shit. So if you're thinking about engaging with one of these people, if you're thinking about paying someone $15 to dupe his stats to you, be very, very careful with this. Because Treyarch is, and generally Activision in general is very liberal with how they ban people. And when you're banned, you can be banned from anywhere from like 1 to 2 days to indefinitely for the rest of that Call of Duty title. Or even in some cases, you can be banned from all Activision titles in general, which is a pretty big problem. And in extreme scenarios, they may even get your entire console banned from Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, or I'm not sure about Steam. I'm not sure how that works there. I haven't really meddled around there in the Call of Duty world. But there's definitely some big problems here. I think Steam, it's like VAC ban or something like that. But if you're thinking of engaging these transactions, be wary. It's not the best idea. It's eventually going to get patched. You're making a very, very big long-term risk for what could be just a very, very short-term reward. So be careful if you're thinking of engaging one of these transactions. You see a bunch of level 1000s, it's not because they're good. It's not because they got something going on. It's because they're dicks. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like rating below or dislike if you dislike. Hope to see you in my next video. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll leave you to it. Bye-bye, everyone.